Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome BlogHer founders Elisa Camahort Page, Jory Jardins, and Lisa Stone.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Lisa Stone. I'm one of the co-founders of BlogHer and CEO. Whoops, that's your job.
COO. And my name is Elisa Camahort Page.
And I'm Jory Jardins.
Welcome to BlogHer in Chicago.
And thank you for being here.
On the next slide, I wanted to talk to you just a little bit about what inspired us ultimately to form this community. In 2005, Elisa, Jory, and I wanted to help answer the question, where are the women who blog? And some of you in the audience helped. Can some of you who were there in 2005 stand up, please? There are a few of you here, a few veterans. Thank you.
Yeah.
We've come a long way from where are the women who blog, haven't we? This weekend is completely devoted to creating opportunities for women across social media to gain additional exposure for your work, education for what you're going to do in the next couple of years, community, and ultimately, if you so choose, economic empowerment. In fact, in the past 4 years, BlogHer's publishing initiative has helped pay $25 million to 5,000 women and men who write their own blogs and sites. Congratulations. You are a major industry and economy of your own.
So every year, we ask you about you because we want to find out what is the state of our world. And this is what we found out this year. So thank you so much for those of you when you registered and let us know a little bit more about you. The majority of us that are here today have one blog. Some of us have more. Some of us had to give up our blogs because we started companies and had to give up some of our blogs when we did that. And actually 10% of us are here to start blogging, so welcome. And we hope that we help you kick off and that we learn more about you and you come back next year. When we asked what you blog about, the majority of you said life. Now, of course, we have our food bloggers, and we have our DIY, and we have our parent bloggers, but if we had to pick one topic, you all said, or not all of you said, but most of you said it was life. So we have our life bloggers here. We have everyone here. Life is actually the most encompassing category. When we asked, is this your first time? Actually, half of you have never been here. So we had our Newbie Breakfast. I hope that you enjoyed the Newbie Breakfast. If you're a newbie, can we just hear it? Great. I hope it worked. I hope it worked for you. We love it. And then we had our veterans who were actually there too. Thank you very much for joining, everyone. Thank you. And we just wanted to let you know that it's not a bunch of people who've been here every year, actually. Half of you are brand new. And when we asked why you are here, there seems to be a little bit of a change because, like every year, actually, this part is the same. You're here because you want to see the people that you read and that you've connected with throughout the year. But increasingly, we are professionalizing. So you also want to build your blog strategy, and you want to learn new things, and we hope to provide that this time, especially when we talk about blogging across platforms.
So we have called this since 2005. There it goes. The conference the community built. And that's because, as some of you may know, we have the vast majority of our programming is what is contributed and submitted and brought to us by the community. We have 14 tracks of programming over the next 2 days. Something for the personal blogger, something for the professional blogger, something for the political and activist blogger, something for the style bloggers. I just want to orient you a little bit because I know this space is we're all going to, I feel my calves stronger already. So upstairs, we have put interests and identity, the writing lab and geek bar, the politics and activism track, and there's a speaker lounge up there, and those are upstairs. You can take the escalators, or there is an elevator right by one side of the corridor. Downstairs from here, we have the monetization and marketing tracks, the tools and technology track, and remember there's beginning level and advanced level for those two tracks. We also have the sponsored tracks, and we have something new for this year, the first time, a Style Mini-Con today. The rest of the day, we have the Style Mini-Con happening for the first time for our style, beauty, and DIY bloggers. So, and photo and video is downstairs as well. So that's where we have the tracks. They're on those 2 alternate floors, accessible by escalator or elevator. And thank you so much to those of you who submit your ideas the first round, and then submit your ideas the second round for the room of your own to tell us what we missed, and then continue to submit for the Voices of the Year, which we'll talk about in a minute. You drive what happens here over the next 2 days. Oops.
So, anyone who has been to BlogHer knows that conferences are expensive. And there's a reason why we all can be here, and that is our sponsors. I think before we introduce our sponsors, I just want to give a round of applause to all of our sponsors who made it possible to have BlogHer. And I want to recognize our platinum sponsors. Some of you may have met them already yesterday night at the expo. I know I did. Dodge is actually celebrating the 30th birthday of the Dodge Caravan. You may have seen the new Caravan out there. It's called the Dodge Caravan Blacktop because it's got the black features. It's pretty cool, and now that I have 2 little ones, we're actually looking for a bigger car. So that was very interesting for me. Folgers is sponsoring the Recharge Lounge, so if you're running out of juice and you just want to hang out and relax, you can go there. Samsung is sponsoring the Share and Be Shared area of this conference. You may have noticed in the concourse, there's an area where if you want to print out any pictures that you take and post from this conference, they will print those out, and you could put them up on the board as like a memento of your time at BlogHer. And we hope that within the next 2 days, we start to fill up that wall and really create a visual representation of your time here. We did that last night. We had some great pictures, so let's keep that going. White Cloud, you'll notice, is in several places. Elisa and I were playing with this augmented reality that they brought, where you can actually play and move clouds. It was kind of weird, but cool at the same time. And I could actually like make lightning strike, and I could create rainbows. Really fun. Elisa created rainbows. I did the lightning. And Ulta, who has a booth at the exhibitor hall, but will also be sponsoring our fashion show on Saturday, which we have a lot to tell you about. So thank you very much to our platinum sponsors.
Thank you, Jory. And I want you to know, those people you see walking around with little blue feathers in their hair still, you know who you are.
Yeah.
They went and had their whole makeup look done. I want to also quickly mention our fantastic gold and silver sponsors, calling out specifically Coca-Cola, Honestly Good by Lean Cuisine, and also Verizon. I'll start with Verizon. When Elisa told me that Vigo would be here, I thought it was something else. But I have to tell you, there's a very cool hardware initiative that Verizon is taking on. In addition to all the sparkly communications toys in their booth, there is a little station that's going to be visiting some of the sessions that we have. Someone will be remotely on the other end recording and interacting with the sessions, which I think is fantastic. There are all kinds of ways in which we would love to see this conference be participated in by people who are not ambulatory and couldn't be here. And so please watch for that closely, because we'd be interested in hearing what you think of it. Honestly Good by Lean Cuisine is an entirely new line of product, and the chefs are here. They're going to be in the Lean Cuisine booth. There are expert foodies all over this community, and we would love to know what you think of the food. Have you talked to the chefs and tell us what you think, because we'll talk about our next BlogHer Food Conference in a minute. And then finally, I was utterly gratified that Coca-Cola saw fit to outfit us each with pedometers, because when I got these tired dogs home last night, I was so gratified that I had burned off 2,798 steps and walked up nearly 2 miles in the expo hall last night. So if you want permission to stop by and eat some of those funfetti donuts in the Folgers booth, you have it from me. And the hashtag Steps to Wellness will get you entered into a contest to get a personal trainer or a nutritionist for the rest of the year. So if you're interested in that, and I certainly am, grab yourself a pedometer, head on down to the Coca-Cola booth and check out this initiative.
And I want to thank really the platinum sponsors, the gold and silver sponsors, but really all of our co-hosts of this event. They are the ones who make it possible. They are the ones who make it economical for most of our BlogHer attendees to attend. So they are throughout the expo hall. They are sponsoring experiences like anyone here from the Best Buy 5K run walk this morning? Woo! You have my respect.
Nice.
6 a.m. call this morning for that. So they are sponsoring experiences. They have cool stuff, lots of cool stuff. And sponsored sessions, really interesting. As a football fan, I'm kind of psyched the NFL is here. So, you know.
Modern family, baby.
Yeah, and it's such a variety. You can see sponsors from every consumer vertical are here to talk to you. From automotive to the NFL to food and beverage to everything in between. We've got power tools in that expo hall. So I really want to thank all our co-hosts of this event. I hope you'll join me.
Yep. Thank you.
So today, what do we have in store? Well, in a few short minutes, and we will be brief because we know y'all are waiting for Ree, we will have, of course, the Pioneer Woman Ree Drummond join us for a presentation, but also an interview with Lisa. At lunch today, we will have, is Guy Kawasaki our first non-Voices of the Year male speaker at BlogHer?
Male keynote.
Keynote speaker at BlogHer, Guy Kawasaki. He's an honorary BlogHer. We are delighted to have him. And later on, of course, at the Sheraton, just want to make that very clear, at the Sheraton, we'll have the community keynote, where we will hear 15 of the wonderful voices that we were able to read. And I still feel like I'm puffy from reading all of those amazing posts. So we are looking forward to that. And that, again, is at the Sheraton tonight.
And I should add that at the first hour of the lunch today is Birds of a Feather. So we have a bunch of pre-identified birds of a feather flocks that will be on tables, but you can also, there'll be Sharpies and signs, and you can make your own. A word about the Voices of the Year tonight. As you know, this comes from this year over 2,000 submissions. We brought it down to the readers who will be here tonight. And this year we have a very special guest emceeing the Voices of the Year, and we're just thrilled to have Queen Latifah in the house. That's tonight at the Sheraton with the Voices of the Year. And then a wonderful reception afterwards. We will have blown up all 100 Voices of the Year's submission posts will be blown up so you can read their work and spend some time figuring, looking at who they are and really understanding the talent and warmth and heart and humor and everything in between that you guys bring to the table every day on your blogs.
Someone asked me recently on the phone what I thought really characterized this conference and this community, and I said that I thought this year of all years, I really feel like this has become a conference that underscores the leadership you all are showing with your communities every day. Queen Latifah's leadership for women of color is just absolutely legendary. I'm very interested to hear about her new show. I think that her emceeing the equivalent of the BlogHer Oscars is fantastic for us. I also think it will be fascinating for us to hear from Sheryl Sandberg. Sheryl Sandberg, as many of you know, is the COO of Facebook and recently wrote a book called Lean In. I've been interviewed many times over the past few months by journalists who have not read the book, but feel free to criticize the woman. So I am really excited that Sheryl's going to come and talk to us about why someone who has worked this system so fantastically actually is sort of radically criticizing it and talking about how women can achieve. So I hope you'll join us.
Yeah,
she's amazing.
Thank you. And then followed at lunchtime on Saturday by Lord's Lane. If you have not seen her TEDx Women performance, it is something to see. She is a force of nature, and she was front and center when the band was playing last night, She is all about community. I think you will adore her if you haven't already met her. And then I'm happy to be moderating a keynote, the Makers and Creators keynote. This is to celebrate 4 women who will be inspirations, hopefully, to all, if not most of you, most if not all of you, who have created their own paths, doing something that they are passionate about. And we will learn a little bit more about how they got to create their very unique and individual media empires.
And then Saturday night, back at the Sheraton, we close our programming with, I will get to sit down with Gail Ann Hurd. Gail Ann Hurd is a trailblazer in the world of entertainment. She was the producer and writer of Terminator, the producer of Aliens, and now she's the producer of the actual #1 watched drama, The Walking Dead. How many of you watch The Walking Dead?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Elisa loves it.
It's very stressful. I'm very tense for the whole time. Anyway, along with interviewing Gail, they brought with us a couple of things I want to tease to. They made us an awesome clip reel of all the strong women she has been behind creating. We have a season 4 preview trailer for Walking Dead, which doesn't come till October. And interspersed in the clip reel is an exclusive interview filmed for us with Michonne from The Walking Dead. And we have about 30 seconds of it to show you right now, because I was just like, oh, Michonne. So if we can switch to the.
Once a precedent is set, it really does allow things to be so much better for those who are coming behind them. And we know this just from, how the law system works. A precedent, a precedent, a precedent. So I think that the effect of Gail is so powerful for women because she's a precedent, and she's a very undeniable precedent. And I think that is what makes it has such an effective impact, I think, on women today in this field, because we can see how far we can go, and that the sky is the limit.
So we have more. That's just a little tiny teaser clip. So I hope you'll join us back at the Sheraton tomorrow night. And then once the programming closes, we have a little bit more going on.
The fashion show, BlogHer's community-created fashion show. The models who have volunteered and been recruited from the community represent all of us, and it is very much in the spirit of be yourself, be confident, and you will be beautiful. And these women absolutely personify it. So I hope you'll join us. It's going to be fantastic.
So I hope most of you have already downloaded the mobile app. It is really helpful. It's an app for everything, including there's a whole locate me function where you can, locate me and then say where you want to go, and it'll show you how to get there. It has a map of the expo hall. It has a map of the programming rooms. It had a map for the 5K this morning. It has all the attendees listed. If they've opted in to make their profile public, you can connect and friend up with people and exchange contact information. It has alerts. It's very comprehensive. All the great speakers, you can look at their bios. All the great sponsors, you can look at where their booth is and what they're doing. So please do download the app, create your own schedule that will help you keep on track and know where you're going. And let us know if you have any feedback. We think this app is the best one we've done, so working with a company called Core Apps. So we're really excited about it.
Great.
Another word we just want to say about mobile. Something else to know about you all is that you are mastering mobile. A little piece of data you may not realize is that the traffic to the internet via laptop, desktop, normal PC, Mac, is pretty stable at this point. It's reached a certain point, and in fact, in months when, let's face it, Facebook has a not so great traffic month, the internet as a whole can be down even for a month. What is not going down is the traffic to websites via mobile devices. That traffic, that audience is growing. That audience is just continuing to grow. It started a couple years ago, and it is really where any growth in audience and readership is coming from overall for the internet. And you guys have this covered. The audience of the BlogHer network is massive. The BlogHer Network bloggers reach 25% of all American women who own iPhones, as one example. The BlogHer Network is number 3 in the US for iPad use by women 18 to 34. And hungry readers have spent 113 million minutes on BlogHer Food Network blogs every month. That is the most time spent with any food network on the web. So when it comes to mobile, you guys are all over it. We continue to work on mobile tools and ways to help you monetize mobile, which is the next great frontier for folks who care about that. And we just wanted to let you know how you represent, which is pretty impressive.
And you are all also social. We all have been playing with other platforms, not just our blogs, for a long time, and we use them to accentuate and to help move along the content from our blogs. But some things that you may not know are just how big you are cross-platform. So you have 21 million Pinterest followers, 11 million Twitter followers, and then in the BlogHer network, we are 55 million on our blogs. So I think those numbers are going to continue to go up as we continue to be cross-platform.
The question is how in this very social and mobile age to make sure that one is developing a blog to a mobile savvy and a tablet addicted audience. So many of the sessions today will talk about design. Design will be a current that runs across this community, from photography to video to even how you work with and interact with comments. One of the things that we have done is to try to take a great leap forward into the tablet era on behalf of the women who write on blogher.com and whose blogs feeds are brought into blogher.com. We relaunched our site so that every time a topic is shared, a headline is shared across Facebook or Pinterest or Twitter or favorite in your feed, something really unique and important happens that we were missing on the other social sites. The original source blog name is in the saved link. Every time you save something from blogher.com to Pinterest, it includes the name of the blogger. This is so important for you and your brands. We think the source, the creator, the writer, the photographer, the storyteller is central to what we do. It is absolutely, when I mentioned earlier that we've paid out $25 million to 5,000 women and men who blog through advertising revenue share and work for hire. It's central to your brand that people know who you are and what you're doing. So we hope you enjoy using this site. Don't be surprised that when you click through on a headline, you may end up at that person's blog, because we exist to drive traffic to you. We're looking forward to your feedback and suggestions on this so that we can figure out how to improve it further.
And every gorgeous new site needs a gorgeous new newsletter. I just want to acknowledge the BlogHer editorial teams, Stacey Morrison, Denise Tanton, Julie Godar, Rita Ahrens, and team for building what I think is our best and most gorgeous and coolest newsletter yet. For those of you who are already signed up for the BlogHer newsletter, you will be receiving this already. But if you haven't received it, or if you're not signed up, just go to the site to sign up. It's like the digest of what's happening, the best in DIY, fashion and food, tips from the bloggers. It really is a nice encapsulation of everything that's going on the site, in your inbox, daily or weekly.
So before we bring out Ree, we wanted to let you know one more thing, which is your next couple of opportunities to be part of building the conference the community built. So our next 2 events are coming up. We are open to submissions for panel ideas. We hope you will all submit. And I wanted to show you what our next 2 conferences are, where they're going to be. BlogHer Pro will happen again this year in Silicon Valley, October 22nd and 23rd. If you email programming at blogher.com, we would love your panel ideas now, and registration is open now. BlogHer Food 14 is happening next May 16th and 17th in Miami.
It's fun in Miami.
We have gone to so many places to bring out the flavor of those regions of America, from Seattle and San Francisco in the Pacific Northwest to Atlanta to this year's Austin, which was amazing. So we thought, where can we go next? What is the next regional food frontier And so that's how we are in Miami. So we will be doing a call for ideas. Yay, I'm glad you're glad. We will be doing a call for ideas for food, and that will come out next month. But for Pro, which is so soon, you can email us at programming@blogher.com right now with your ideas, and we will be crafting the program over the next few weeks. And we hope we see you in Silicon Valley.